You know, it's fascinating. You watch movies that were made just a little while ago. This movie that I'm about to show you a scene from uh, is called In Good Company, and it was released in 2004. Okay, relatively speaking, not that long ago. Um, maybe to some of you it seems like almost a lifetime away, but for me, I remember 2004 quite well, and it doesn't seem like that long ago. And yet, when you watch this movie, there are things that you see. There are things that are presented that would never be presented today. This is a movie about a corporate takeover, essentially. This multimedia conglomerate, this billionaire globalist character along the lines of Jeffrey Bezos or Ted Turner or Rupert Murdoch buys out this sports magazine, and the character played by Dennis Quaid gets replaced, or he this kid becomes his new boss, and the kid doesn't know what the hell he's doing, but he's brash and arrogant, and so part of the movie is about the relationship between these two guys, this you know paternal relationship that eventually emerges when this guy eventually realizes his to scale back his arrogance and pay attention and care more about the people around him, and there's a relationship between Dennis Quaid's character and the daughter, who's played by Scarlett Johansson, who's just gone off to college, and it's such a tender relationship. It's such a sweet father and daughter relationship. When Dennis Quaid finds out that this guy who's fallen in love with his daughter is actually seeing her, and that they've been intimate, he's really upset, and he feels like his little girl has who he's always gotten along with has betrayed him in some way. He feels broken by it, and instead of reacting with indignation and just shut up, Dad, I can do what I want, I don't have to listen to you, instead of reacting that way, she is very very upset at the idea that he that he's disappointed in her, and eventually they reconcile. And this is just not what you would see today. Today it would be like, oh, he's just being an old, he's just perpetuating the patriarchy, and stand up to him, girl. That would be the sentiment that they would have today. And also, I don't think you would have a movie that portrays working people who've been bought off by this globalist conglomerate, that would portray the working people so favorably, and today it would be like, oh well, there if these people get displaced, or if they lose their jobs because some multimedia media conglomerate has taken over, well, they're just full of resentment, and they're probably Trump voters, and probably racists, and there's all that baggage that they have associated with working Americans now. That just was not the case back then. You could have sympathy for a white man, in his early 50s, trying to support his family, but dealing with all of these shocks, to the system that come when his company's been bought off. Now, this scene I'm about to show you is really, really kind of powerful. It's when the character, the Rupert Murdoch, Ted Turner like character comes to Jeffrey Bezos like character comes and talks to this the the people who work at this particular place. And he gives this speech, this incredibly pompous speech, but it's just stay tuned. Let me show you.
I wouldn't be surprised if he announces another big takeover today. Teddy K.
Synergy. What does it mean? Why does a business swim with it and sink without it in this new ocean of megabytes streaming video and satellites? Every day, the world becomes more complex. And to survive in a complex world, we need complex bonds to interface with it. In this room, I see this. What we're trying to get to is this. This is unbreakable. This is inevitable. What are we building here? Is it a company, or are we building a new country with no national boundaries? A new democracy for the consumer. A new democracy with a new electorate. 24-hour music videos in Kuala Lumpur. Computers with parts manufactured in Japan, Greenland, Idaho, India. A soft drink ad going out simultaneously to 7 different continents.
Okay, so, and I want to interrupt it. I know it might get copyright struck if I show too much of it consecutively. But this guy's just like, this is the WEF. Granted, he's not talking about you will own nothing and be happy, but it's something like that. It's something very much in that ballpark. Just we have to have synergy and everything. We're erasing national borders. There's all this stuff. The way that he's talking here. This and look at how he's lit. He's a very ominous character. So
the Dalai Lama eating his crispity crunch while uploading prayers onto the net. Women's World magazine. Well, why not Women's World Channel across the world? Computers. Why not a computer section in Sports America magazine?
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes?
My name is Dan Foreman. I work for Sports America, and I'm not
Foreman,
sure I understand what you're talking about.
a working class name.
What I mean
The
is
foreman of the company.
what do computers have to do with sports? Are you literally saying that there should be a section in the magazine about computers? Who's going to want to read that? And I'm not sure I understand how the way the world is changing is actually going to change how we do business. We're still selling a product, right, which hopefully someone needs. We're human beings with other human beings for customers, so I don't see how this company is like its own country. I mean, just because we sell different kinds of things, that doesn't mean we should operate by our own laws, does it?
Okay, it goes on from there. I don't want to show too much more, but Yeah, just like imagine a scene like this today where some globalist gets up and says, "Imagine a world without borders." And you know, and then some common sense everyman, you know, working man, good decent American man, father, husband, you know, when he steps in to challenge, to call him on his bullshit and say, no, we're just we're a business. We're not gonna dissolve national boundaries. That we're not, you know, we're not this whole synergy thing. It's bullshit, you know. So in a way, this scene really caught me off guard. I don't think there's anything else in the movie that's quite like this scene, and I don't want to overstate, you know, the quality of this movie, but it is still, it is just there's a fundamental decency that a movie could have in 2004 that it's much more rare to see today.